Simon & Schuster Audio presents Who Knew? By Barry Diller. Read by the author.
For Dion and our family. Preface. I didn't set out to write a book about business, nor did I think that I was qualified to write a teaching book. I've always thought that my life was just a good story, and if I was going to tell it, there was only one way: tell it personal and tell it true. Maybe that'll be too personal for some, as my life has been so much about business. And while I've led a relatively public life, I've lived a selectively private one as well. I've never posed as something I wasn't, but I've long thought it all too complicated to explain or make declarations. And when I was young in the United States of the 1960s, I was far too afraid. I'm no longer that, and I'm too old to care. So, let the story begin. Act 1. Chapter 1. The household I grew up in was perfectly dysfunctional. My parents separated often and came a day short of divorce several times before I was 10. My brother was a drug addict by age 13, and I was a sexually confused holder of secrets from the age of 11. We lived in the pocket square of Beverly Hills, where I was cosseted from the realities of life outside its tiny, manicured borders. My early connection to that outer world, primarily through television, was dominated by shows about the American family of the 1950s that were as unreal as the blonde of my mother's hair. I didn't know anything about grit and grime or much of anything else outside that palm-treed cocoon of wealth and superficiality. The first years of my life were spent bouncing by plane or train up and down the California coast, going from San Francisco, where I was born, to Beverly Hills, where my father had moved to join his brother in the family construction business. My parents' geographical separation was a good cover for the ever-impending end of their marriage. So down and back I'd go for occasional weekends with my father. In San Francisco, I would wait each night for my mother to return from her dates with rich furriers, nervously scurrying from my bed to the living room's huge front window, watching each car come down the street, hoping she'd be in one of them. By day, I dodged the nanny she left me with, who repeatedly threatened to boil me in a pot on...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?